Hello and welcome to this video. This is part two of how to be a very tall mother, I guess. And if you haven't watched my first video, I'm thinking I'm going to put these in two separate videos. If you haven't watched my first video, I share a bit about my journey with originally attempting to make a mini-me doll, being diverted and not 100% successful because I ended up restoring a Rapunzel doll and falling in love with the Rapunzel doll as is, so I didn't give her a final full transformation to end up looking like me. So then I was kind of on the shelf about what to do, and I just was really itching to have some kind of iteration of this project. You know when you have something on your mind and you just want to see it full to completion before you feel like you can move on with your life? That's been kind of this ever since it was on my heart. I don't know. So yeah, if you haven't watched that video, I share a bit more restoration kind of tips in that video, and that beautiful Rapunzel, who I call Posy, turned out how that beautiful Rapunzel doll, I call her Posy, turned out. But today we're gonna do a little part 2 update. I tagged at the end of that video that I had ordered a TLC Blair doll from a Canadian seller that I've actually bought from before. She was the one I bought my Emily doll from, but she's not local to me. We just happened to be in the same city that time during that exchange. But so I did have to pay to ship her TLC Blair doll. Now, I know that Blair is a Josefina mold, and I really struggled with the mold, picking a mold, and also because I'm limited by skin tone. Like ideally the lightest skin tone, the number 5, which is only a newer or more recently manufactured skin tone, like within the past kind of 10-ish years. So there's not as many dolls made with it and as many options when it comes like to face molds. So yeah, I had previously hoped and thought that Murray Grace would be the best mold for me. I've honestly thought that probably Joss is a pretty close mold as well, but to find I don't have it in me to take apart oh no, I'm starting to get lines on me here, to take apart like a perfectly fine doll. I thought about renovating my Truly Mute 115, but my daughter calls her Odette, and I just couldn't take her apart. She was in such good shape, and unless I were to find like a really TLC one, I really didn't want to destroy at all. I was in perfectly good shape. But this Blair doll in particular, she had a horrible wig, not just a I need a spot A kind of wig, like a missing chunks, totally matted, just not restorable kind of wig. So she was in need of a new wig. She has the lighter skin tone. I thought, okay, the Josefina mold is still a similar type of shape, like the hardish. Like I have a very like sharp, wide, angular face. Sorry, I'm gonna scooch over a bit to get some better lighting. So yeah, I'm kind of mixed about the face mold, but yeah, to find a light skin Joss, that's only pretty much new dolls, Joss. And yeah, I didn't want to take apart the Rapunzel, and I didn't want to destroy my 115, and the Murray Grace ones can also be a bit more expensive. So I was able to get this TLC Blair for $75 shipped, and I don't know, it was wild. She arrived yesterday. I've been waiting so long to try to see a vision of this project completed that I just jumped into it. I had ordered a set of eyes from a Canadian seller in the doll group. So, but they're off-brand eyes, they're not American Girl eyes. So it's kind of mixed feelings on it too. But it's kind of hard to tell like far away. But I do have this goldeny yellow color right around my irises. And then the bluey green, and then dark rims on the outside. And surprisingly, these eyes have this goldeny yellow color right near the iris, and then a blue. The only thing I would say is that the blue is a bit brighter than my blue, but because of that kind of goldeny factor, I don't know, I thought that they would make a close match. If I were to get AG Originals, definitely the Rapunzel eyes are very close, or I'd love to have Marie Grace's original eyes. Yeah, or like the eyes they use in the Ariel doll. It's just hard to come by eyes without a doll, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is all some new stuff to me. I took off her wig. I used one of these like sewing measuring tape things. I didn't get a lot of footage for this because I just wanted to do it. I didn't want to worry about filming it. I used one of these to kind of like, I went at the back base of the scalp to kind of dig under the wig and then start lifting it up and scrape, you know, pushing and scraping. And it kind of works. There's like a hard metal edge and I could just do right around the hairline and it really helped it come off. When it came to the cap of the wig, I used I have like one of those Bissell little green steamers, you know, to use for cleaning and stuff, which just shoots streams of steam. And so when it came to the cap of the wig, I just had that heated up, shot it at the cap of the wig, and it totally loosened up all the glue and pulled it off. That wig is now in the trash where it belongs. And then I proceeded to take her head off, which was another interesting experience. She had a zip tie closure, so snipped that, took her head off, and then attempted my first ever eye swap. How nerve-wracking that was, and also like difficult. The strength, I went and I popped the first one out pretty okay, but then going to do the second one, my thumb was like, excuse me, I don't know how to do this again. It was pretty difficult. It took me a bit more oomph and discomfort trying to get the second eye out. And then I followed this little video from, she was a customizer that lives in Alberta. She sent it to me. She's in the doll group. And I watched her little video on eye swaps to swap the eyes. Did that. When I first put them in, I was like a bit concerned about the placement. They looked a bit funny, but they also had some false eyelashes on them. Like they were looking down. And then I slept on it, and then this morning I just decided to like take off the fake eyelashes because they weren't really my favorite anyways, and that really helped the eyes be able to like sit up properly. And I also reheated the head and readjusted it with a cuticle pusher, the eyes, just to like make sure that they were really forward facing. And then I took some time situating on the wig. So the wig I have, if you didn't watch my previous video, was a Marie Grace wig that I steamed, straightened out the kinks from her braid hairstyle from. So I placed the wig on. I have not still glued it on as of this moment because I got it to kind of sit nice, and I'm also just kind of sitting with it to see how I feel, and I'm also trying to figure out the best glue to use. But it's not glued, but I finally kind of sat it on there enough that it's not shifting a bunch. Styled the hair, and then I spent the better part of today making her a little dress, a little kind of matching mini-me dress. I used, maybe I'll bring her in first. So yeah, I'm sharing her to get some thoughts, to get some opinions. How did I do? Does it feel close-ish enough to me? Does it satisfy my urge. I don't know. I think she does look pretty. Like once I got the dress finished the dress on, I think she looks pretty, but yeah, okay. Happy, oh wait, okay. There's a couple flaws with her still. I have yet to sand out this notch in her nose, and her lips need a bit of a retouch, but it's not too glaring that I just wanted to film this and, you know, but those are still a couple things to note on the doll. But, okay. And then the question is, what do you call your mini-me? I don't want to call it Carrie Ann. And I don't want to call it Grace, my middle name. Do I call her Grace? I guess she could be Grace. I've always liked the name Grace. What do you call a mini-me? Do you call them your name? Do you call them something else? I don't know. Okay, but I'm gonna bring her into view. And yeah, you can tell me your thoughts. Oh, she's on the wrong side. I'll maybe have to put her on this side. Okay. Oh, I just don't know how I feel about the face wall. Okay, so as I was saying, she is a Blair doll base with the Blair, like number 5 skin tone. These are the custom eyes that I used on the doll. And I don't know, like I said, they're a bit on the brighter side than mine, but they do get that goldeny, and they're very shiny, that goldeny color that's right near my iris. And this is the Marie Grace wig, just kind of nice, straight and wavy. Very similar to mine, a bit on the lighter side than my natural hair color, but again, kind of difficult to find an exact matching wig in terms of length and color and part. But I just have it kind of clipped back in this style because if I ever do wear my hair down, it's always tucked behind my ears. And while I don't really think you can tuck their hair behind their ears, I thought doing the clip back style kind of emulates that. And oh, and here's a better look at the outfit. So, and I'll do like a standing up shot so that you can see how we're kind of matching a bit better, but I tried to make a little mini-me version of the dresses I usually wear, which are button fronts, these scoop necks. Typically I don't always have sleeves, but because this one that I've been recently wearing, my maternity one, has sleeves, and since I think they look better on the dolls, I made her with some cute little puffed, cuffed sleeves. And yeah, this is it's not the exact fabric that this dress is made out of. It's a fabric that I've made one of my other just regular dresses out of, but it's very similar in colors and stuff to my maternity one. So that's why I opted for it, and it's so cute. And then she's also wearing, I think they're from the Girl of Today line, Pleasant Company cheerleader sneakers. I recently bought these off of a Canadian doll sale. I loved them because I've been looking just for white sneakers as a basic, and because my go-to shoe is like a white sneaker. Typically Keds have been my go-to, but I've recently started wearing a pair of Joseph Siebel leather white sneakers, like the low cut. They're my favorite. The Keds are my favorite, but I was able to thrift these other ones. All that to say, so I thought that they would be perfect for my mini-me because that's what I would typically be wearing unless I'm dressing up. I typically leave the house in my white shoes. But yeah, I find the thing with the Josefina mold is like, it's a bit too round, like at this point, you know, like at the base of the cheeks. And but it is, you know, that kind of heart, chin shape, and everything. I don't know. How do you think I did? Do you think it passes? Should I glue her wig on? Should I just try to wait and be more patient? I do love how the dress turned out, how her outfit looks. I think she could pass as a mini me. I don't know. Is she my little Grace? I don't know. I do love her outfit. Okay, wow. This will still be like 15 minutes, but I hope you enjoyed getting to see her. And I do want to hear your thoughts in the comments below, what you think. Did I do an okay job? Does she pass? I love her outfit. Okay.
Hey, it's your day, balloons fly high. Cake and candles reaching for the sky. Friends and laughter all around. Let's turn this party upside down. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Love and joy never ends. Whistling tunes and silly dance. Celebrate with every chance. Memories made the best on earth. Hugs and jokes, endless mirth. Life begins again today. On this ride we'll steer our way. Oh, happy birthday to you, my friend. Love and joy